Hi everybody, it's Carrie. Welcome to a Tiny Tip Tuesday. This video is pre-recorded and so I won't be able to see your comments. Again, my name is Carrie Beglow. I'm your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. My Stampin' Up! Website is memoryinkers.com. So today I thought I would show you just a quick idea if you need to do a last minute gift and you ran out to get those gift cards. I have showed this project before, but I think it's very timely to show it now, and I will show you a Christmas version, although this one I'm going to make into a birthday card just so you get the idea. This is holiday paper, but I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to use this side because it doesn't really look like holiday paper. And also, the designer series paper is probably not available because it is so late in the season. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to take just a regular A4 envelope, A2 envelope, I don't know, the one that fits the 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 card. And we're going to fold it in half. And we're going to want a really good crease. So crease it super good. And then we're going to go on the inside and we are going to trim it. Now, one side, which I will call the top, is probably the one that I'm going to try trimming not too far from its reality. Just enough so that when I put it down, it will close. Now, before we close it, we're going to open up your envelope. This can be a little tricky. So if you want to stick in some glue dots, you don't have to do this, but it keeps, it's gonna make more sense if you've never seen this before in just a minute. So I'm just putting in a little adhesive right near the crack, and then that way you only have a pocket on one side. This side we're gonna seal. If you want to trim it, you know, and give it kind of a curve, you can do that. I'm not going to. I may trim off that corner, just a smidgen. Okay, then I just licked it just to seal it shut. This one I'm going to leave as it is just until I'm ready to show you what to do with it. So let's decorate the front. So I have this piece of designer series paper, and you're going to cut it to fit. So I can tell you that this is, well, that can't be right. These must be the wrong directions. Oh, this is 2 1/2 by 4 1/4. Yeah, that looks about right. So that would make this one 2 1/4 by 4. Okay. But, you know, you're going to want to do what you want to do with these. Okay, so this is eventually going to go on the front. So I'm just sort of piecing some pieces together so you guys get the idea. Excuse me. And then this piece is for the inside of the card. You can stamp a sentiment on here if you want to. I'm going to leave this one blank so that if I want to write on it, I can do that. And it's the same dimensions as the designer series paper and the evening evergreen cardstock as this one. This piece I can adhere right now. And it is going to go on that top piece of the envelope that we just sealed up. So I'm going to set that right on here. And now you can see why it really doesn't matter what you do to this edge, because you can't really see it anyway. Okay. So now for this piece I want it to be a little prettier. So I made just a tiny little flap. And there's lots of ways to do this. I'm going to show you another one in just a minute that I did earlier. I used some fun scallopy die for this piece. And now I am going to take this and I am going to trim it so that it is similar in size. I'm not going to worry about it too much because what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this over it like that. I don't want it to seal. I mean, you can leave that if you want to seal it shut, but I don't want it to, so I am going to trim off that little glue part. And then I'm going to just put adhesive right here at the bottom and then at the top of this piece. Then I can determine where I want it to go. So it's going to go this way when they open it. So I'm just going to decide, do I want it exactly? Maybe I will. And so now it's sealed up here, but it's also sealed under here. And now you have a pouch. And I have some adhesive on there, so we'll wipe that away. So now you can put in a gift card, you can put in money, whatever you want to do. You have room to write a sentiment. You can write something here, or like I said, stamp an item. Now this is for the front. And I did have, then you're going to want to take a scrap of paper, and I've pre-stamped this for you with a happy birthday to you. And you'll want to take, and for this, I actually like to use a little bit of tear and tape. Not a lot, just enough I want to hold this ribbon in place in the front. So I'm going to find my center of the ribbon, just like so. Let me take that off. Don't lose my center, so I don't have to do that again. And then peel that away. And then slide this in and then just eyeball where the center of it is. If you're a measurer, measure, knock yourself out. Okay, and then I'm just going to press that down. And then this piece, I am going to put some Stamp and Seal, maybe. And even when they're not live, my videos like to give me a hard time. Now the only thing you want to do is you want to pull your ribbon so it's fairly tight when you're doing this and fairly straight. Okay, then I'm going to put that on there with some Stampin' Dimensionals. You can put the ribbon over it if you want to. I just think it looks a little bit better on the top. So I'm going to use full pieces on opposite corners. This is for some of you who are leery about using half pieces. I don't think there's very many of you, but you know, I do get some comments on occasion like, why don't you use the whole ones? And because I figure, why waste the money? Why not do it this way? Now, if you're handing somebody this gift, which is likely, you don't really have to worry about a dimensional in the center. If you're going to mail it, you might want to. If you do mail it, you're going to have to mail it in a larger envelope. It will be puffy because of the bow and everything, so it may require a little extra postage. I always think of this as, like for the holidays, a last-minute item. If you had to run to the store because you found out your cousin Bobby is bringing that girl again that he brought before, and you didn't buy her gift because, you know. So there you go. And then you can just tie this in a bow and trim it off, and it looks really like a really finished product. Now, if you didn't do it, you could then tie the bow up here if you wanted. I like the bow down here, especially since I've already glued everything down. But you get the idea. You're going to want to make a prettier bow than that. That's a big mess. But let me show you. I am definitely going to have to fix that before I do a picture of this. But here is the one I made with some pretty holiday paper. So you can see a little bit different ribbon. And I stamped on the inside. So let me show you the two different designs on the inside. But see, this one still has the pretty flap. So it's up to you. You can keep it simple like this. I could have put more Designer Series paper up here where this one gives you the big flap. So last minute gift giving ideas for the holidays. Have a wonderful holiday this weekend. I will be thinking of all of you, and Merry, Merry Christmas. Bye.